This bull market makes it sound good to me when Bitcoin maximalists say that they think XRP is a good choice right now. Charles Hodgkinson also talked about how important XRP will be to the Cardano community in a clip that we have. This is a clip from All in Crypto that talks about XRP and XLM as well as the Faster Payments Task Force. We're going to talk about depeg. We're going to talk about how people use the internet and what that means for money. I got a clip of David Schwartz here and some other stuff at the end. Let's look into what people are saying on Twitter right now. That's the first thing. Number 2, I will say XRP, which will surprise a lot of people. This is mostly because of the change in the market. They no longer have to worry about the SEC. And now they have a new story which says they have a $100 billion 0 cents war chest. Circles being bought for USDC right now. $11 billion 0 cents was offered. That proves they are very wealthy. They should be proud that they stood up to the SEC. Fought Gary Gensler hard and won. Due to their large war chest, they were likely the only ones who could pull it off. $200 million 0 cents to fight the SEC. Now that everything is over and things have changed in the US, it will be great for them to really grow and spread their services in the US and around the world. I believe they will be a strong force. There are also a lot of banking institutions that have already said they are using the XRP ledger. They're also trying to make it bigger, but mostly because they have so much money. At this point, they really can't fail. I also think it's smart for them to switch to safe coins. That's another thing. Ripple works with a lot of banks and other financial institutions around the world, which is pretty cool, right? You could ask these two men, how many banks or other financial companies are using Bitcoin for FX tokenization, stablecoins, or payments across borders? How many are doing all of these things? There is no answer. Hundreds of XRP and Ripple. Bitcoin is a way to save money. That's where we are now, and it's great to hear that some people who didn't believe in XRP before are now. If they think Bitcoin can reach $10 million 0 cents, is it so crazy to think that XRP could reach $1,000 0 cents or $5,000 0 cents? With all of these partnerships and the chance to grow, it's not impossible. Okay, so this is where the founder of Cardano offers to help XRP DeFi by adding RLUSD for free. Check it out. We told them, look, we're here to help. We think XRP idea behind what they said is interesting, but there are still a lot of details that need to be worked out, like how would that work and how would these other things be integrated? Also, do they want to use routing like layer 0, which is beginning to happen with a lot of these companies, or do they want to directly control integration and issue with it? We told them, look, we'll do the integration for free because we like the XRP community, but we're still talking about whether we can reach an agreement and if that's good for both of us. The environment as a whole is also being thought about in other ways. Wait a minute, let me look something up. How many active Cardano users and wallets are there compared to XRP? Okay, let's see. I have to know right now. When you talk like this, there's always the thought that you're not doing something for free. There's a clear reason for Cardano to integrate these two systems. For so many years, you said bad things about the XRP environment. So you're not just doing this out of the goodness of your heart. You're now saying, you know, I love that Charles Hodgkinson does that, but there's a very good reason for that. For Cardano, 50,000 people use it every day. XRP, 134. You should know that XRP has almost 3 times as many active users as Bitcoin. This is why Cardano wants to get some of these people to switch to their side. Anyway, great to hear it. Charles, let me know if you ever want to talk about XRP. Okay, All in Crypto talks about XRP and faster payouts here. Let's go. There's never been a better time to work in crypto. Also, if you look at XRP and XLM, which are the only ones listed here, they both have the same technical pattern, which lets us make crazy price predictions. You should know that we think Ripple or XRP will be worth $19.27. We've had that for 40 cents. It would also surprise you for XLM. I don't want to say it, but I will make a movie about it later. I've obviously told the customers about it, but it's more than $10 0 cents. In other words, speed, ease of use, and openness in cross-border operations. How do they do that? What kind of technology are they going to use? It's going to be cryptos and open ledgers, and they say so here. Let's talk about everything. ISO 2022 is being used more quickly. The ISO 2022 messaging standard makes it easier for organized and interoperable data to be shared, which makes it easier to send money across borders. That's interesting. Finish the ISO 2022 migration by following Swift's schedule, which is November this year, and making sure that old systems and instant payment systems can work together. What did Pal Joanne talk about? Right-away funds. Interconnecting real-time payment systems in different countries is a key part of the G20's plan for faster 24/7 cross-border payments. Working with groups like the Clearinghouse, RTP, Euroclear, and DTCC, the Federal Reserve is already putting distributed ledger technology to use as they think about how to allow payments to go across borders. Listen, I just made a video where I talk in great depth about the G20. If you really want to understand all the different connections I make, watch that movie. You can learn a lot from that deep dive that will help you understand what's going on there better. Okay. So Dubai starts a $16 billion 0 cents tool for tokenizing real estate. This is equal to about 7% of all the land in Dubai. It's clear that this goes to 2033. It's going to burn very slowly. Don't think that this will change the price of anything for, I don't want to say millennia, but it will be a long time before we see proof of this. Anyway, the cool thing is that when you start these real-world trials and tests, you show other countries like those in the UAE, Australia, Canada, or the US that you can tokenize real estate on the XRP system, and there is a lot of value in doing that. I believe this opens the door to more partnerships, use cases, and countries and banking institutions that want to use the XRP ledger. It's still early. When you think about music, streaming, and the internet, you might remember a time when not many people had cars and most people still rode horses and buggies. A lot of people are about to wake up to how the crypto market has changed. When people send money across countries, they won't even be aware that they are using the crypto market. You're early, because not everyone can see what you see. You really are a unique person. I bet you've talked to a friend or family member that you care deeply about. You are a passionate person. The people just look at you like you're crazy when you tell them how great XRP or crypto is. Yes, that's right. Then they quickly change the subject. It's funny to me because I'm sure we've all been through the same thing. And when I go to things like parties with my wife, people sometimes ask me what I do because I don't like talking about crypto with strangers because it seems weird. But once someone asked me what I do, and I told them that I make videos on YouTube about crypto, they were interested and they asked, "Oh, you mean Bitcoin?" I guess Bitcoin, but there's also this and that. They ask, why do you like that more than Bitcoin? So now that you've said that, why do you like this more than Bitcoin? Oh man, you set me up. And I started to go for it. But have you ever been in a situation where you were trying to tell someone why something was so important instead of trying to convince them? After that, folks just kind of ignore you. In a few years, those same people will talk to you and say, man, I wish I had listened to you. Okay, let me show you something else. When I have free time, I like to go play Texas Hold'em cards with some friends. And I went to this game for the first time sometime in October or November. It was weird when people asked me what I did when I first got there. Hey, I was telling them all about crypto and they asked, hey, what crypto should I look at? What do I need to buy? I also said XRP, Zui, and a few others. They didn't do what I told them to. This past weekend, I went. Someone laughed and said, man, I would have made a lot of money if I had listened to you back in October or November. I told them, yeah, you would have listened if you had. But they didn't. That's something you'll probably hear more and more as you live. Anyhow, this is David Schwartz.